often asks me, Flo, where do you get the inspiration for the topics and the guests? And it comes in many ways, many shapes, many forms. I might meet somebody and there may be something that we talk about. It might be somebody I know who's a stranger to me, someone who is a stranger to me, or someone who I've known for a while, but we just happen to talk about something, and a light goes off, and I think, wow, that would be great for the topic of another show. And so Kayode is a new friend of mine. He, until I think we met in June.
Yes.
Is a stranger to me. So Kayode
Ogunlade, yes.
Kayode, you're very welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
And the story is that I think I'd taken my daughter Temi for a lab test. And just before I was going to leave, and it's interesting to hear you tell the story as well. It was interesting to be stopped by this gentleman who, straight away you see him, you could see that Kayode, you had a physical disability. That was very clear. But he very boldly greeted me, and when I say boldly, don't take that in the wrong way, but I was so impressed by the confidence with which he greeted me. And I greeted him back, and the next thing he asked me was, do I have a gas supply or something like that?
How do you get your cooking gas?
How do I get my gas? That was what you asked me. And from then on, we just had a bit of a chat, and I was so in an environment here in Nigeria where you're so used to individuals who are either destitute, are disabled, have special needs, actually begging a lot. We have a big begging culture in Nigeria, and Kayode, you know this.
Yeah.
And so it was so great to have him, have a wonderful conversation with me, be so assertive, and then ask me about providing a service, which was fantastic, Kayode. And I remember coming back and saying to my production assistant, I met a guy today, his name is Kayode, and I'm going to invite him on the show. And we didn't do this until maybe 3 months later, but I'm so glad that you're here. Kayode, do you want to tell the story? And then we can learn a little bit about your life and where you've come in your journey in life so far. But from your perspective, how did our first interaction work from your perspective?
Well, glory be to God. I'm very, very, very happy for this opportunity you gave to me. At initial stage, honestly, I don't even know it will go to this stage. What really comes to my mind then is the way I see you. I said, I greet this woman, and he responds very well. And why don't you talk to her if you can be able to gain add that to my clients. And I greet you, you respond very well. And I said, madam, I'm sorry. How do you get your cooking gas? You said you have someone that is supplying you. I said, no problem. That's what I did. I supply gas and diesel AGL. And you said, interesting. And I noticed that you want to hear more from me. I said, okay. Then I thought you done with what you came to the lab to do. You're about going. Then you said, okay, do I have car? I said, yes, it's in my car. Where do I park? I said, outside. I said, okay, don't worry, but can I get your phone numbers? But always have your cards with you so that
I did say that.
You can, yeah. So, and since then, I couldn't hear from you. But all of a sudden, sometimes about 2 weeks ago, I just received your text message. I said, wow. So this woman didn't forget.
And you know what was really interesting about our meeting, and you were kind of relaying it earlier on, and you said that after greeting me, you weren't sure if you could pursue the conversation because you were worried that I would think that you would beg me.
Yeah.
You would
Yes.
you were then out to beg me.
Yes.
Which is a classic
Yes.
thing that happens in Nigeria. I mean, Kayode, you are, and you're going to tell your story in a minute, but you know, you are someone who has not allowed your circumstance to deter you in forging a life, having a family. You are married, you have children.
Yes.
You have a pretty much a successful business, certainly to all intents and purposes. It hasn't stopped you from pursuing what you want. But as you know, in the Nigerian terrain, unfortunately, and I am a parent who has a child, a daughter of 17 years with special needs, with disabilities.
Wow.
And so in Nigeria, one is so used to seeing people who are disabled, but not able, but disabled, shall I say, or have special needs, pursuing the path of begging as a way to live. And I just wondered, what's your kind of view on that? When you see that, how does that kind of make you feel? Because that was obviously the thing that occurred to you.
Yes, about 95% of people living with disability is keeping at home, inside the door.
So you mean people, 90 to 95% of people you're talking about within Nigeria?
Yes, within Nigeria.
Common thing in Africa.
No,
as well,
it's better. It's better in the other part of.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
But here in Africa, or especially in Nigeria,
yes, Nigeria,
the people's mentality towards people living with disability is poor. Is quite poor.
So what you're saying is that historically, if I get you correct, and this is something that I've heard as well anyway, historically what would have been the case, although it's getting better now, is that 90 to 95% in your esteem of families where the children are disabled, they would have been kept away.
Yes. Yeah.
They wouldn't have been.
They don't want people to know they have such at home.
A child with disability.
Yes. As in it's like they are ashamed of them. Yeah. They don't want people to know that they gave birth to such. And by so doing, it's difficult for them to say, okay, let me send he or her to school, because it's not easy to be taking care of these people, because they need a lot of attention. They need support. But so due to that, most of them has money. Most of them are well-to-do, but even at that, they still, because of their status in society, they still don't want people to know that something like that is happening in their domain. Yeah. So they kept them. Yeah. So not until maybe someone just come and said, how long could you do this for? Allow this little...
Just about people becoming more enlightened.
Enlightened, yes. Release them.
More open-minded.
You see, like myself, I said, before I started primary school, I was about 10 years old. And it takes a woman, a friend of my mom, she's a primary school teacher. She got to a stage, the woman said she will not be coming to my mom's house again, just because she's hiding me. She don't want me to go to.
She didn't agree with what your mom was doing.
Yes. My mom was doing that out of love anyway.
Protection.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. But you see, when I started growing up, and at times if I notice she's not around, I will crawl out. I go to the second, third street to play. There is a primary school not quite far from our house, about not up to a mile. Yeah. I will crawl there, and people will tell my mom that they saw your son so place. She was like, hey,
from the house.
Yes. Yes. She was like, so at times she beat me.
Wow.
But it got to a stage.
And that was probably out of fear
yes,
as well.
yes.
You know,
So when she
parent panic.
yeah,
Oh my God,
yeah.
no. But yeah,
Fear of the people riding, people.
like that.
Yeah. So, but when she was realized that the more she's trying to kept me, the more I was trying to expose myself, mingle with people outside. And she now called me one day that, okay, do you want to go to school? I said, Mom, please, yes. Let me go. I will go. I have my friends there. So she now called her friend and said, please, can you register him in your school? And the woman asked me, are you ready? I said, yes, ma'am, I'm very ready. So,
and that's how you went into school.
Yeah.
So let's take a step back. Let's, a little bit about your childhood, how it all started, because you gave me a really intriguing story about, how things came to be, to you getting to the point that you went to school. So could you briefly, for the audience, talk a little bit about your early family life and all of that?
Yes, I'm the last born of my parents, though I'm from a polygamous house. My mom told me I was about 2 years when the incident happened. And that very fateful day, she told me she was struggling to catch me to take my bath before I go to bed. And she said I was running everywhere. She couldn't get me until she called one of my brothers to run after me and catch me to get my bath. And that very day at the midnight, she said, I screamed out from the sleep. And when she woke up to look at me, she said my neck was twisted, my hand and the leg. And she shouted as well to call attention of the people at home. So everybody was like coming to our room. And it got to a stage that someone said, I've died, that I couldn't breathe again. So there was like holding her to console her, that blah, blah, blah. And by hearing that, she increased her voice, shouting that, oh, maybe she has lost me. So to the extent that the neighboring houses woke up hearing the shouting and started coming to us. So all of a sudden, she just took herself by force to run after me to look at me again. And when she got me and carried, she realized that I was still
You were still
breathing.
You were still alive.
So she now told them that, this boy is still breathing. How can we can't bury him alive. Let's look at him. So that was how they started.
Married man, married wife, 3 children, which is great. So tell us a little bit about the life that you are living today, and specifically how you have done. And I thought your story about how you actually got into the gas business was really, really entertaining, but very insightful as well. So do you want to just talk about that, and also about family life as well, just briefly for us?
Okay. Yes, I've tried several business before I eventually settled in gas business. I used to go to Cotonou to buy a frozen foods, turkey, chicken labs, and actually doing well as well in that business. But what really made me leave that one is because the business is perishable. I have a woman that has a co-room, so I stored my stuff with her. But it got to a stage, the situation of light in Nigeria. So the generator of the cold room was bad. And it's like taking a week, like joke, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And even in my presence, I saw the woman calling our customers to come and take so that they return money later. And I said, oh. I snatched the idea. So I quickly run to my customer as well and give them 1 carton, 2 cartons. Yeah. Then I have about 18 cartons. Yeah, so I distributed them so that I don't lose everything. Yeah. But unfortunately, people took advantage. So eventually, I went to Ibadan to see a friend of mine. He's working in gas plants. So, and I see the way people are. I said, wow, I need a business like this. So
he was busy. His business was busy.
Yes. Okay. So I called the guy after he closed. I said, please, what do you think? I like this business. How much can I have before I? The guy laughed. He said, okay, no, that is so strenuous that I can't do it. How will I get the carry cylinder? I said, forget. I can do all things through the Christ that is strengthening me. I said, I can do it. I know myself. I said, I can. You are here in Ibadan. I'm going back to Lagos. What concerns me? What concerns you? Just tell me what do I need and how to do it. So the guy said, it's like you are serious. I said, yes. So he said, okay, if I can have minimum of 12.5 cylinders and have like 2 or 3 50 kg cylinders, get them filled, then the 50 kg I'll be transferring from 50 kg to. I said, no, I don't want to do transferring. I'll be exchanging my cylinder with. He said they will take advantage of. Some of them will come with rough cylinder and take your new cylinder and go. I said, don't worry, I will have people that I trust at least. Said, let me just start. So the guy agreed, then he started showing me, telling me, and I was like writing, okay. So I come back to Lagos, I look at the money in my hands, so I'll be able to get some cylinders. I called him, I said, my brother, said, so I went around to people that is selling the gas. I asked them, please, how do you get your cylinders that I want to buy? So they were happy. They thought I want to buy from them. I said, no, that price might not go for me, that I want to start a gas business, that I need something I can buy that I can easily sell so that I can get little interest. The guy said, interesting. But a guy with your condition, do you think you can do it? I said, forget about it.
I'm sure you always have people, saying that to you.
Yes,
How do you cope with that? How do you deal with that?
Because
right, it's a constant.
Yes. I hate to be pitied.
Yes.
I don't like to be pitied because I know my capacity. I know my capability. I know what I can do.
Yeah.
And I don't joke with what I can do. I always try to put my hands in what I can do. And when people see me doing it, it draws their attention. Though it affects me, and I can't deceive you, because even people that I think they will be my customer, most of them said, oh, okay, I will be buying from you, but you see our house is far a bit, and I don't like the way I see you on Okada carry this.
Because initially when you started, you actually delivered on an Okada bike, which is
because
a motorcycle taxi.
That is what really helped me, as in the home delivery.
Yes.
Home delivery helps me a lot in the business, because actually you need gas. You come from work and you realize you need, and you have someone in mind. You must go to this guy, but the distances, and you have someone very close to you. And I just tell you, madam, please, you don't need to come to my place now. Call me. I will deliver. Just give me a trial. Some of them does. And when they saw me, at the front of their house, on top of the bike, there was
with
like
a cylinder.
Yes, there was like, the risk is much. I said, don't worry, God will continue to protect me. I love this business. Let me see how far I can go. So I was like doing it. I remembered a lot of things that happened that it takes the grace of God. You see, there was a time I was going to Ikeja GRA. We are climbing that bridge, Obakran and what's the name of that street now? Before you get to the under bridge that leads to GRA, that Obakran bridge. Okay. You see Kodesha now. No.
But carry on, yeah.
So as we are climbing now, the back tire of the bike just burst.
Oh, good. And did you have a cylinder with you?
I have cylinder on my on my laps. And the guy was like, oh God, and eventually God is merciful. So and but God saved me, honestly. Me and the guy, nothing happened, but and people was like, you don't even pity yourself. How could you send someone now? Yeah. I said, thank you. It's my business. They said, who is buying from you and asks you to bring to, you see? Then,
so you've been through quite a few things.
A lot.
I think you said after a while, actually you persevered and you were then eventually able to buy a vehicle.
Yes, and I could remember, that 50th day I went to Adeni Jones to deliver a gas to a customer, and I saw this Ford pickup parked Tokumbo.
Yeah.
And my boy, I have a boy. He's working with me, but he's having an Okada after closing. So he took the machine to go, and I told him that, okay, anytime I have a supply, I'll be paying you
to go and deliver.
So we used to go together. Right. So he'll carry me, so then I paid him, apart from his salary. So, and I said, Ibrahim, look at this bus. This bus will be it will be good for our business. So we asked who is the owner, and they told us. They said the bus is going to be sold for 250,000. I look at my accounts then. I don't have up to 100,000. I said, what can I do? Then there was this bank, IMFB, Microfinance Bank. Then I have a friend that is their auditor. So I went to the guy, I said, please, I saw a vehicle. It will be good for my business, but the price is 250, but what I have is around 100K. Can he please arrange a loan for me from his bank? He said, okay, that's no problem, that he will tell his colleague. So
you were able to arrange a finance loan?
Yes.
Right, okay.
Though I've been saving money with them. So the guy arranged it. He thought they are ready to give me the loan. But they asked me to go and bring two guarantors. My sister, I tried a lot of people. Okay, nobody.
But you eventually were able to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you got the vehicle?
And I got it.
Yeah. And after that vehicle, you got another vehicle, you said?
Yes.
Right, okay.
I got it, and I was very happy. And when people see me delivering gas with vehicles, so they now